Hi everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to see programming tools. Before you start writing the programming code, it is always recommended that you analyze the given problem and decide about the basic subtasks needed to be solved and also the order of it. Here are some tools which you can use before start writing the program. Algorithm. An algorithm is a set of ordered and finite steps to solve a given task. For example, if we need to find the given number is odd or even, first we need to take the number from the user. So the first step can be input a number. Next we need to check whether it is even or odd. For that always we divide the number by 2 and then if the remainder is not there then it is a even number, otherwise odd number. So we can write that divide the number by 2 and get the remainder and then check if the remainder is 0. If yes, then even number. If not, display as odd number. So here are the steps to find whether the number given by the user is odd or even. So this is the algorithm. Next here is flowchart. Flowchart is a graphical representation of an algorithm. Different shapes represents different action. Commonly used flowchart symbols are here. This is oval shape which always indicates start or stop. Here is the rectangle box which represents the process. This is a sub-process and then here the diamond shape indicates a decision maker. Next, flow lines with arrow marks. Parallelogram is used to indicate input or output. This shape indicates document in the flowchart. Let us have one example. The same example to find whether the number given by the user is odd or even. So always we start with oval type or ellipse, we say start, and then now we want to take a number from the user. For that we will be using input or output box. So input A. Now we need to check after dividing by 2 whether the remainder is 0 or 1. So just I am checking, giving the decision box A mole 2 is equal to 0. If yes, then it is even. If no, it is odd. Okay. Here always decision box will have two directions and then both the thing will automatically come to the next step or to stop. Here we are not having any other task to do further, so it comes to stop. See, this will be always easier way than the algorithm. By seeing itself we can easily understand what are the process given. Instead of reading the algorithm and understanding, this will be the better way always. Next we are having pseudocode. Pseudocode is a text-based detailed design tool. Pseudocode is an informal way of describing the steps of program solution without using any strict programming language syntax or underlying technology consideration. For example, to find whether the number given by the user is odd or even, again the same example, it has been described in words in detail. Get the input from the user, divide the number by 2 and get the remainder. If the remainder is 0, display even, otherwise display odd. So this is just describing the problem, how to go about it. This is always used by those who are not having any knowledge about the programming, but they have the task to complete. When they describe to the programmer, this is the way how it has been described. Next, decision trees. A decision tree is a flowchart like a tree structure presenting rules in a hierarchical and sequential structure. A decision tree starts at a single point then branches into different directions. Let us see an example for this to display the division for various ranges of marks as given below. So the range is given here. If above 90 and equal to 90, then it is a distinction. If it is lesser than 90 and more than 60 or 60, then it is first class, then similarly second class, pass or fail. So first it checks whether it is equal to or more than 90. Then when this becomes true, and then just it may display distinction. If this is false, and then it checks for the second range, that is more than 60 or 60. If this is true, and then this is first class, and then this is wrong, and then again it checks whether it is more than or equal to 50. And then if this is true, and then this is second class. If this is false, again it checks whether it is equal to or more than 40. If this is true, and then this is pass, otherwise it is going to be lesser than 40, and then it is going to be fail. So this will always be easy to make any decisions which is having the hierarchical sequential structure. Hope you understood all these tools very clearly. Practice always makes perfect. So keep practicing. Thank you.